All right, today's episode of the podcast is brought to you by Rolls-Royce Meal Prep Service, specialty rice and proteins, weekly soup options. This is a great company. I've known the owner for my whole life. He is just a quality person, great cook. So if you are sick of cooking and you want to get somebody to make you delicious meals that you can have delivered to your house, or you can also do them on pickup, you can find Rolls-Royce on Instagram at Rolls-Royce YXC. You can just contact them by phone. Send them a text if you want, 306-291-5779. Or you can scan the logo on the screen here, and I think it'll bring you right to their website. I eat them every day. They're delicious. I just had a salmon one today. Big portions, cheap prices. So yeah, go and check out this food if you want to get some delicious food and you want to stay healthy. And we thank Rolls-Royce for supporting this episode of the Canadian Talk Podcast. All right. Hi.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. I'm Stephan.
Sorry.
You're Todd.
Todd Downey, yes, sir.
Yeah. Man, you go by so many names. It's like, and you know what was funny?
Yeah.
I'm sure you know, obviously you know this, but like, I'm like, how am I going to remember all this? And then I looked at it and I was like, this guy's fucking initials are his first name.
Yeah.
It's so awesome, dude. I was going to be like,
Thanks,
why do you
Dad.
use all four of those names like that? And then I saw the initials and I was like, well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It works.
Yeah. So
I have to do something myself on stage like that sometimes.
Yeah. So, nice to meet you, man. How's your day going today? What are you up to?
Just here, really. Might go do a roast of Reagan tonight.
Okay.
Reagan, what's his last name? I always call him the wrong last name. I call him Joy. Reagan J. Yeah.
Oh.
He's a buddy comedian of mine. He's having a roast for his birthday. I might go do that. I did a show at Bluff's Pizza last night. It was pretty amazing. There's like a good 40 people there.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's
awesome.
A lot.
Yeah, I got a headlining spot, so it was good.
Okay. Where exactly do you live?
Couple places, but Ajax right now.
Ajax? What's that? Where's that?
At Durham, Ontario, near Toronto.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I got really far
people there, like they say, or is that just like fake?
In Scarborough mostly. I grew up in Scarborough. Scarborough's like diversified very much so.
Oh, okay. I've only ever been to Thunder Bay, and it was super racist there.
Yeah, that's Oshawa, Ontario. We got one of those spots too.
Oh, okay. How old are you?
46.
46. Okay, cool. I'm 33. Well, anyway,
nice.
Man, thank you so much for your time today. Thanks for coming on the podcast.
No problem. Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, you bet. We had a little bit of issues with scheduling, and we were bouncing things around a few times, but third time's the charm, eh?
That's right.
Yeah, I do have to apologize. I do have to apologize for this mustache. Somebody begged me to shave my face the other day, and then they shaved it like this, and they like, you have to keep it. I'm like, well, fuck's sakes. I think it looks so stupid.
That's cool. No, it looks cool.
Oh my god, man. Yeah, I feel like I look like a cop.
It looks like you're from Saskatchewan. Yeah.
Oh, it's funny too because it looks like I'm imitating this guy Mac. He was on. He's gonna be his episode is actually coming out this coming Wednesday. He was on Canadian Talk, and he has a mustache just like this. He's basically this wild ranting guy. His Instagram is I like old fights, and because I asked him like, why did you call your Instagram that? He's like, just when I started it, I used to put up like fights. I'm like, aren't those copywritten? He's like, yeah. It got banned a couple times, and I was like, why don't you change the name? But anyway, he puts up these political rants now that are crazy. But anyway, thank you for coming on the show today. Thanks for your time. And so basically, you're a comedian, and we came across each other online. I imagine I probably found you because I'm on my phone fucking 12 hours a day, so it was probably me finding you. And I saw some of your comedy, and I don't remember much of it because, to be honest with you, you don't have that much of it online. Like,
No. Well, I did comedy for about 6, 7 years. I was downtown. I used to produce a bunch of shows down there. And then I got hit by a car, so I took like 3 or 4 years off of life, and I couldn't do comedy anymore. So I just got back into it for about a year now. I'm just getting my flow back and getting. And I lost all my footage from before because iTunes they
oh,
have the email and the phone number attached to the account. They're still sending me you haven't paid for your iCloud and however long, whatever. But
so
I can't log in because I need a 25 pin whatever it is. They got more security than the bank, man. Like I got ID, I got everything connected to it. They're still sending me emails, but I can't get my stuff back.
that's hilarious. So all you got to do to get your old comedy back is pay a fee, and you're refusing to do
Yeah.
it.
No, no, they won't even. They can't do it. They give you this 25 pin thing, and they gave it to me like 10 years ago. Like,
Oh,
where did I keep that? You know what I
oh
mean? Like,
yeah,
I don't have that.
yeah, fair
Yeah,
enough.
they're telling me connect to one of your old devices. They're like, yeah, they probably don't even work anymore because of your software updates and things
Yeah,
anyway. But
yeah.
yeah,
So
it's weird.
so how long total have you been doing comedy?
Probably like 8 years, but I forgot all my jokes from before. I think I'm actually doing some of my jokes from before. I just don't realize it. You know, you think you thought of it, and then it's like,
Yeah.
that's funny. Why don't I do that? And I might have done it before, but I don't remember. I don't have any videos. I had like probably 800 notes in my iPhone before, and now it's gone because of that stupid iCloud stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
So I
Yeah,
had
I
to
have
kind of
horrible
start
memory.
again.
I have horrible memory also. I
Oh yeah,
I
me
can't
too.
do anything. Even if I'll talk for like an hour about something on podcast and I'll remember like one phrase from the entire hour. It's horrible. So is
Yeah.
Ajax a small town? Or is that like
Yeah, it's a small town, but then there's Whitby, Oshawa, Scarborough's on the or Pickering, and then Scarborough's on the other side of that. It's all the GTA. It's called the Greater Toronto area. So
okay.
like it's all connected with the same bus service and stuff. Just a section they call Ajax for
Yeah.
whatever reason
So
they
when you got hit by a car,
divided.
when you got hit by a car, did you get like a bunch of money?
Kind of, but by the time it was done, I owed all the money out pretty much. So it's like
What does that
you
mean?
know, I took 5 years without being able to work. I had to get back surgery, so couldn't function for a good while, and I had to pay a bunch of debts, and I had debt from before and whatever else it was because
Oh
it
yeah.
was
Gambling
yeah,
debt.
I wasn't planning on getting hurt. It was no, it's just because as I work, I make money, and then I can just pay things, and I never worried about it because I'm like, oh, I can handle that when I want to, whatever. And then I got hit by a car, and it turned into no, you can't, you know.
Well,
And then
do you mind? Can you tell me about the car accident, like how you got hit and shit?
I was riding a skateboard down a hill, and the guy was coming down the hill behind me, and I was going faster. He thought he went around me, and then he came back into the lane and hit me with the back end of his car. I flipped over and landed on my back. I've been hit by 3 cars in my life.
What?
Oh yeah, they love me, man. It's
That's
a
crazy. The
magnet.
skateboard one's crazy. What about the other times where they just kind of lighter bumpings or?
No, no. When I was 6 years old, I got hit by a car, and the car ran over my knee, and my femur snapped out of my leg. I was in sick kids hospital for about 3 years. And,
Oh no, yeah,
yeah,
that's rough.
yeah, that's why I do the. Well, that's not the only reason. Obviously, it's for the kids, but that's why they're of interest to me. I do sick kids benefit shows and
Yeah,
raise
yeah. I
a
saw
fair
that
bit
you
of
do
money
lots
for
of
them.
charity and stuff. That I remember
Yeah,
from the first time I saw your stuff. That I was like, this guy's on the smaller side, but he's like really doing good good stuff. Like for for
yeah,
helping people and all that.
yeah. I'm starting to get noticed too. People are starting to like my stuff, and I'm getting my flow back. I was kind of insecure about posting things because I know I can do it better, and people are like, "No, that's great. You should post it." But no, just wait till I, until I smooth it out, and I feel better about it. Then I'll put
Yeah,
it up.
yeah. Some of the clips
Yeah.
I was watching today looked pretty good. It looked pretty smooth. There
Mm,
was some good jokes in there,
thanks.
some good bits. The one I didn't like was the Donald Trump one. What was it? It was like the right on the top. I thought because I had heard,
Aliens.
yeah, oh, Alien versus Predator one because I had heard like it's a fine joke, but I had heard somebody else do
Mm,
it where the premise was um, we let the illegal aliens stay in the country. Well, no, we deport you, and if you stay, we create a new facet of the government where the aliens go after pedophiles, and we call it Alien
mm.
versus Predator. And I was like, oh, that's
Ah, yeah.
kind of similar, but not
That is
really. So
That's what it is with comedy. You write something, then you hear it somewhere else, and you got to erase it and not do it anymore. It's like,
I know I don't mean to do that. Yeah, no, I'm not one of those people
no,
who
no, it's
believes.
cool for pointing it out. Thanks, I appreciate
Yeah,
it.
yeah, because yeah,
Last thing I want to be known as is a hack for sure, because
for
it's,
sure.
it's the most hated people in our industry. People run around telling other people's jokes.
Exactly, exactly.
Yeah.
Um, so let's go through it a little bit, if you don't mind. Like, because I got a lot of questions for you, because I'm always very curious about stand-up comedians and just people in general. Like, what's where did this all start? What inspired you to start comedy? And what are some of the day jobs you've had? What's your life been like?
I met a guy to start comedy. I met a guy downtown, and he was running a show. It's Matt Holmes. He doesn't do comedy anymore. He moved up north, disappeared off social media and stuff. But he was running a show up, and I was like just talking to him. He said, "You're pretty funny. You should do some comedy." And I did a set, and then I got addicted to it. I was just like, I got to get up again. I got to get. So I started doing that, and I started running my own shows downtown. I used to have like 4 or 5 different shows going at once. And then I started meeting all the comedians that were around, and most of the comedians that I started with back then, they're all like getting famous, or they are famous, or they're really doing really well. So, and they some of them still remembered me, so it's a good feeling, I disappeared for 5 6 years, and then people
Yeah.
didn't know where I went or why I went. Also, just when I stopped comedy, I fell off a horse. And I hit my head, and I went to coma for 10 days. So I quit comedy then, and then when I started to do it a little bit again, I got hit by that car. So
Dude,
it took
you are
another three,
accident
4 years.
prone.
Yeah, no doubt.
It's like,
I'm lucky to be alive for sure.
how they have those professional protesters now? I think you're like a professional like stuntman, but you were never trained at it. It seems, and you just get cash checks from hurting yourself.
No, they didn't get paid for that either.
Oh, okay. I've
Insurance in
only ridden.
Canada isn't that great. It's
True enough.
they just
I
yeah.
only I've
I
only
think the
ridden a
lawyer
horse.
got more than me.
I've only ridden a horse once. I was about 11 or 12, and I was drinking for some reason. I had a cup of hot chocolate, and I was
Yeah.
on this horse, and I didn't know how hot the hot chocolate was, and then it bumped up, and I drank a bunch of it, and fucking just scalded my whole throat. One of the worst pains I've ever remembered in my life, but
Oh,
I
really?
haven't had
In
that
your
hard of a
life?
life.
Wow.
I haven't had that hard of a life, and I played
You should
hockey
hang
my
out
whole
with
life.
me for a while. It'll get you hurt.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. I separated my shoulder, but that's my worst injury I've ever had. Sorry, back to you. So how old are you? What's happening? Continue from where you were at.
46. I grew up. I did
No,
tile
not
most
like
of my
how
life.
old are you? Not how old are
Oh,
you? Like where you were at in your story of your story to come to comedy and be inspired to be a comedian. Like, give me that. Go
uh,
back to where you were.
well, yeah, no, I did it for a long time. I was doing really well. I was running a bunch of shows, and my jokes were funny, and I won the Yuck Yucks. I forget what it was called. Who's funny or something like that? Something along those lines. It was Yuck Yucks competition. I won that, and I was doing really well. And then all that happened, so I kind of gave up on it, and then,
Okay.
well, I had no choice really.
So so what kind of jobs have you worked outside of comedy? And do you have another job now, or do you make all your money from comedy?
I'm starting to get into it. I'm When I got hurt, I did a lot of spirituality studying and mindfulness and things like that. So plus I got injured. I used to do tile and construction, general
Okay.
labor,
Yeah.
general contractor
Oh yeah.
all my life, and now I can't really do that stuff because it
Fair
hurts
enough.
too much. So
You've got a good energy. I can tell you've done a lot of the spiritual stuff and all that. Are you like a drug
thank
guy?
you.
Like cuz for me, I'm 33 now, and I only started drinking and doing marijuana when I was like 23. And 10 years into it, like I feel like I'm just getting a nice balance on how much, cuz some people think that drugs and alcohol are all bad, But I can agree with that. I think for some people that it can be. I mean, it can ruin some people's lives, but like, if you
Yeah,
balance it just right, like it can be a bit of a superpower. So, do you think you
yeah.
figured out any superpowers, or do you kind of just like to stay off it? Are you one of those sober guys, or tell me about that?
I smoked weed all my life, and I realized afterward when I got hit by the car, I stopped because I just didn't want to do anything really. I was in a lot of pain, and I was on some pain meds for a while, and I don't. They're the worst thing in the world. Any government medication is the worst drug in the world, man. Well, I don't know. There's
You can say that again.
fentanyl and that kind of shit, but
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
But No, I quit smoking weed. I thought I had anxiety and it made me feel better. I think I was just high, and then the weed was giving me anxiety when I wasn't high.
Yeah,
Because after I stopped smoking, I was like, oh, I feel a lot better than I ever did my whole life. You know what I mean? Like it
totally.
was causing more problems. Not that I'm against it. Some people, like you said, it works for some people, but I realize it's just not my thing
Yeah, you
anymore.
got to use it as a reward. And then also, yeah, the
Mm.
anxiety, like you said, it's funny how at first you like, oh, I want to try some weed because it'll be exciting, it'll make this funner. And then once you start doing it all the time, you forget that it's a scary thing to take and it's supposed to make you feel scared. You forget. And you're like, "Oh no, that's just me." No, it's not. It's the drug. Yeah, I totally agree with you.
Mm.
Yep.
Yeah. No,
So, yeah.
things are a lot different than my whole life. Like I used to get angry, get in fights and things like that, and now I'm just like it's funny the people that know me now would never believe that I was who I was, and the people that knew me back then wouldn't believe who I am now. You know what I mean? Like
Oh
it's
yeah.
totally different. I flipped the switch for sure.
So
I
you've
run
had a
around
bit of
trying to spread love and be nice to everybody, and I'm
nice.
known as like lots of places I get introduced as the comedian who hugs everybody because everybody's trying to shake my hand and I'm giving them hugs. Like it's like
Oh,
just it's a better way to greet somebody to me. You know, it's a more soulful thing. So
that's
I
awesome, man.
treat everybody well, and even people who try to start with me, I'm just like just laugh like you don't even know what you're doing. So just
Yeah.
like stop what you're
No.
doing, and yeah,
Fighting people
you're
in
not
public
getting
is
that energy from me.
yeah, fighting people in public's not a good idea. If you want to fight people, you got to go play a sport or something. But tell me a
Yeah.
little bit more about this spiritual journey.
Uh, well, I started listening to a lot of philosophy. I like Carl Jung and Alan Watts. I like some of his stuff. Started listening to it, and I started looking at myself. I never really looked at myself. I was just running through life doing whatever was like in front of me, like go to work, make money, and run around, be entertained and stuff. And then when I had no choice but to spend time with myself and by myself, like I got hit by the car, and no, not a single person, including my family, showed up to my back surgery, anything like that. And then when they thought I got a lot of money, because like you would just assume from back surgery you get a whole bunch of money, they thought I got a lot of money. They're expecting money from me, people around me, and it's just like I don't have it. And like I got a few pairs of shoes, and I got that's about all I got out of it.
Oh
You
yeah,
know what I
you got a
mean? And
pretty good
paid a
collection.
bunch of debts. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've always loved shoes all my life. It's
Okay.
like some of those are gifts, but yeah, they're
What's your
I
most
just
valuable
I
pair?
know uh, I don't know really. I think these ones
Oh yeah. What are those? I'm not a shoe guy. Can you tell me about them?
these are I forget LeBron James shoe. I think
Okay. Very
these are
cool.
my favorite ones.
Yeah.
They all match. There's each color. They're the Ninja Turtle ones.
Oh, very cool. So what are the
Yeah, it's
LeBron
got
James
some
ones worth and what are
Michelangelo.
those ones worth?
I don't know that online they sell them. Like, if you have the box, they're worth more and all that. I didn't really. I bought them to sell it to resell them eventually, but
Yeah.
then I realized. What do you look at?
Oh, sorry. I was gonna next.
What do you got back
I
there?
was gonna ask you about hats next. Because you seem like a hat
Mm,
guy too. Do you
yeah,
wear the Blue Jays hats or?
just because I'm from Toronto, I couldn't name three players off the Jays or any
Oh yeah.
sports
Oh,
team.
fair
I don't
enough.
watch sports, but it's what else am I going to wear? You know what I mean? It's that or
Yeah.
you
Fair
know.
enough. Yeah, I have the special edition Two Bears One Cave hat somewhere back here. It came out a while back, and I like that hat. That's probably my favorite hat. But I like to wear my hats for my podcast. But
Nice.
do you know Two Bears One Cave, or like what kind of podcasts do you watch? Like what kind of do you do? So other than stand up, do you like comedy in any other ways? Because I know that I came into comedy like early on. I liked comedy movies, and then I really got into stand up. And we're talking when I was really young. Like, do you like comedy in any other ways?
Yeah, I love it all. I like to watch. I want to do some in public videos because I'm pretty funny in general, and like I have some of my own ideas, and I got some ideas. You know, those ones that everybody does, like messing with people in public and stuff like
Yeah,
that I
yeah,
wanted to do, but just put my own twist on it because not to be as ruthless. You know what I mean? To
yeah,
just to be a little more funny than
yeah. I like the
pissing
guys.
people off kind of
I
thing.
like the guys who go to like public places with like a PVC tube, and then they fart into the tube, and just like at people. I think that that's really funny because it makes a funny sound. And I was thinking because I live right beside a university, and I was thinking about I'll just go into some classes and do the PVC tube farts. I thought that would be pretty funny, but yeah, I think that's genius. It's
Yeah.
a good way to kind of blow up a social media. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm just trying to find my way into like when I ran around back in the day. Like I said, there's a few of us who used to run around together, and most of those guys are touring and they're out and whatever, and they're doing their own thing. So I'm trying to find my own way back in and find some people in stand up that I can hang out with and do some videos and stuff like that. So
for
it's,
sure.
I'm
Well,
just getting started here.
yeah. Hey, I'm
It's a
always
good
here.
time.
If you ever want to come and
Yeah,
do a
nice.
podcast episodes, for sure. And you should start your own podcast.
Perfect. Yeah, I thought about it, but it's I was gonna call it do something about it, but there's so many. Like it's like
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like,
I know. It's a
everybody's got
battle.
one. And
Yeah, comedy is a
yeah,
long-term investment. Like you really got to do it for like 20, 30 years before anybody takes you seriously.
yeah.
Unless you're
I'm getting a lot better.
that
Better for
handsome
sure.
guy. What's that handsome guy's name who just blew up real fast? Um, you know the guy I'm talking
A
about?
handsome guy.
Yeah,
I don't know. Where's he from?
um, America. I'm not even sure where he's from. Everybody says he's the most handsome comedian. Let me do a quick Google here. Sorry, I don't got my producer here today.
Matt Rife.
Oh, that's the one. Yeah,
Yeah,
he
yeah.
blew up pretty fast.
He's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I
you,
like the comedians that are bringing back the old comedy, like where you're allowed to say whatever you want as long as it's not directly rude. You mean it's just a joke? We're here to make jokes. We're having fun. Like
yeah,
all that cancel culture is starting to get canceled itself. People are telling jokes like
yeah,
you
it,
can't
it,
say certain things, and like now
yeah,
people are just saying it like there. I said it, and if you don't like it, like Dave Chappelle's doing it. Dave Chappelle's out there. He's putting his
exactly.
old style back on stage.
I like that. It's nice to be able to see the cancel culture finally start to eat itself. Like
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
exactly.
So what
Yeah.
podcast do you take in? Do you take in any comedy? Do you watch any podcasts?
Not really. Just a lot of Toronto comedians that I like. They don't do podcasts. I just watch their videos. They make all their little skits and things like that.
What about Ben Bankus?
Yeah, I did comedy with him back in the day. He's one of the guys that I started with. He
Okay.
was around. He did a couple of my shows, and he was at doing Absolute and all that
Yeah,
stuff
when he came to
in
Saskatoon,
Toronto.
he lived in one of my houses for a week, and
Oh yeah,
I housed him up. We hung out for a week. We did about 3 podcasts together. He on that particular trip, but me and him, he's on episode 60 of my show, and then he's on episode 81. But yeah, I really like him. Ever since I saw his first special there, Please Wear a Mask, I knew he was going to be huge. At that time, he only had 30,000 followers on Instagram, and now he's
yeah.
got like, yeah, he was one I really knew was gonna blow up. And I don't
I
think,
didn't even.
sorry.
Sorry, I didn't even know you got so big. Like I know everybody. Like Mike Rita is one of my favorite guys in the world. He's amazing. He's a great person. He's hilarious. And
Awesome.
um,
Yeah, I've got him
but
set up to come on the
Vegas, I
show in
didn't.
June.
Sorry.
I've got him set up to come on the show in June.
Nice.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, he's one of my favorite people that I ever met in stand up. He's a wonderful person. Hopefully, I'll have him on one of my sick kid shows soon enough.
cool.
But Kyle Lucy's another one. If you want to talk to some Toronto comedians that are well known and funny guys and nice people, I like Kyle Lucy a lot. Winnie Clark. You've seen Winnie Clark? I don't know her from back then, but now she's doing really well. She's funny. Her and her boyfriend make all the little skits and things like that. They're pretty, they're hilarious. They're good people. I like good people too, not just funny ones.
Yeah, yeah, I like a good
Yeah.
skit.
The bank is, uh, yeah, I didn't know he was so big. And the same thing, someone asked me, "Do you know this guy?" And I was like, "Yeah," like because I didn't know he was so super famous. So I was like, "Yeah, I know that guy." And they looked him up. And he's holy shit, good for you, bro. And I sent him a message. I'm trying to get him on one of my shows also, but I think he's super busy, and I'll have to pay him a whole shitload of money. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
he
yeah,
deserves the money. I'm not saying he doesn't, but it's a different game now. It's once I get bigger shows and auditoriums and things, and I'm trying to get some sponsors. If you look on my website, I have. I'm working on sponsor tiers, and
yeah,
if I can get some sponsors, I can get some bigger comedians because all the money from the shows go to sick kids, so it's hard to pay comedians to
yeah,
be on stage.
yeah. That
But
reminds me. Yeah,
working on it.
I actually recently just got my first sponsor. So yeah, everybody out there, if you're watching, the podcast is fueled by Rolls Rice. It's a pre-packaged meal that you can get for $20 a week. So just go to Rolls Rice on Instagram if you want to get that. There you go.
That's a cool name.
I thought I'd
That's
throw it in.
creative.
It is, right?
I thought you
Yeah,
said Rolls Royce. I was like, what the fuck?
Rolls
Wow, so
Rice.
you got money then.
Yeah, it's these little dishes that are pretty good. So yeah, and it's an
That's
old friend of
awesome.
mine who makes them. So yeah, I've been doing this for 8 years, and that's my second sponsor that I've ever had.
That's amazing. Good on you.
Yeah.
I get a few of them looking. I'm reaching out to all the Toronto companies or Canadian companies that already support sick kids and try to get because they got money to throw around, right? So,
Yeah. I've been trying to get Great Western Beer to sponsor the podcast for years because the brewery's right in Saskatoon, and I just haven't been able to get them, or I don't know, they're not responding. I don't know, whatever.
nice.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, well,
so
you got to keep trying, right? It's
yeah. So you've been,
I'm reaching out to like Bell Canada and Telus, and they're
oh yeah,
you got them out there, right? Yeah, yeah. To
yeah. It's
these
hard to
bigger
get,
companies and the liquor store, even LCBO and all that. It's like, yeah,
yeah. It's hard to get the
somebody will
big
come through
companies.
eventually, right?
It's hard to get the big
Yeah,
companies, especially if you want to do this stuff where you say whatever you want, because
yeah.
they're not really on board for that. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
with sick kids, it's kind of got to be regulated because they have their own guidelines, right? Like you can't say certain things and
Yeah.
whatever else. And
Yeah.
there's a lot of rules when it comes to doing
So
charity shows for them.
you've been watching the Olympics this year?
Not really. No.
Not
I
really.
used to be into sports really heavy, but it's
What kind of sports did you play?
I played basketball and football, and like I didn't play it professionally, like on the team or anything like that. I mean, I used to watch a lot of sports.
I always say this,
I
but
used to love
the
playing
problem is
basketball
you're just
growing
playing black guy sports, dude. You got to play the white guy sports.
up.
Did you
Well,
know?
I kind of grew up with a lot of black guys, so that would explain a lot of it.
Did you know that the Winter Olympics is 94% white athletes?
Really?
Yeah, I found
That's
that out
weird.
this year, and I was like, "Holy shit!" Because I started watching, I was watching it, and I started seeing the commercials, and I was like, "What? This is weird. These commercials like have all white people in them. There's not like that typical diversity in the commercials." And then I was like, "This has got to be for white people." And then I looked into it, and I was like, "Holy shit!" I suspected that there was lots of white athletes in Winter Olympics before, but I had no idea that like of the 4,000 athletes, like 3,300 of them are white, and I was like, "What the heck is going on here?"
Well, if there was any group of people that I don't like, I wouldn't like for their race, it would be white people. So it's kind of like all the only people that stiff me and this and that and whatever else and have rude things to say about other people for no reason are white people that I know. So it's
Fair
if
enough.
I am racist, it's
Yeah,
against my own race.
yeah, fair enough. Did you see the cheating scandal with the curling?
Mm, I heard something about it, but what happened?
Okay, so basically, Canada's curling team was playing Sweden, and I don't know how much you know about curling, but there's this. They call it the hog line. It's this line where you have to release the rock. You have to release the handle of the rock before you touch this hog line. And the Swedish player started saying to the Canadian player, "Oh, hey, you're holding on to the rock too long at the hog line," and the Canadian player just took it real bad because I don't know, maybe I tried to think about it why he would take it so bad, but there's a viral clip of the Canadian player just saying you can fuck off, and it's hilarious. It's going viral, but the reality is the Canadian player did break the rules, but it's more complicated than that. Like apparently, so it's a honor system where they don't actually do video replay on the players releasing the rocks at the hog line. The opponents have to see it and then request the referee to come down, and then the referee has to see it in person. So they didn't. So like the people are arguing, oh, the Swedish team wasn't following the proper etiquette in curling to tell him about the penalties, and then people are like, no, the Canadian guy's in the wrong because of purely of the way he behaved. But it could go either way.
I'm
I'm
gonna
not
have to
really.
have a look.
Yeah,
Well,
definitely,
that's good. Curling fight would be interesting.
dude. Yeah,
Hockey fights all the time. Curling fight would be
you
great.
got you've got to watch the full clip. It's hilarious, man. But
I think curling itself is hilarious. The whole
yeah,
hurry hard, stop! Like, holy, make up your mind, man.
yeah.
Like,
You know
it's supposed to
why?
be emotionally damaging to be a sweeper.
Yeah, yeah. I've heard it
He's
compared to
always
darts
yelling
and
at me.
stuff. I've heard people say it shouldn't be in the Olympics. But you know what I like about it is that like it's cool. It's the only sport really where you get to hear the athletes talking because like sometimes because they got
Mm,
them all mic'd up. So like I like to hear their strategies while they go and do their thing, even though it's a relatively non-athletic sport. But yeah, it's pretty cool.
yeah.
Yeah,
No, I do. That's interesting for sure. I
yeah,
wouldn't mind playing it. I went bowling a little while ago and I didn't even know I liked it and I was actually good at it. So I'm like, I want to do that some more. Like
yeah,
maybe I'm getting old or something. I
yeah,
don't
yeah,
know.
yeah.
You remember those? They used to have those shows. I forget what show it was, but they used to have you could hear the guys playing hockey on ice. So you can hear what they're saying to each other and stuff like
Oh
that. You
yeah,
remember
mic'd
that?
up. Yeah,
They should
they
bring
mic
that
up
back.
the players. Yeah.
Yeah, those are good
Nowadays
times.
to
The
watch
stuff
hockey
they
like
say.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Nowadays to watch hockey like that, you've pretty much got to pay like a fat subscription fee And then,
Yeah, no doubt.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, the Olympics. I've been watching a lot of the Olympics. Did you see that one where there was a cross country skiing event and uh, what they thought originally was a wolf chasing the players, but it turned out to be somebody's like wolf pet. It got onto the cross country track and it was following the skiers and it was right near the finish line too. So they got
That's
they got a
cool.
photo finish of the wolf running across the finish line and like how the photo
Yeah.
finishes are all like X-ray vision and it's funny. It's there's like this wolf just yeah.
Did he win?
No.
Did he
He
come
was
first?
fast.
No.
He could keep up to the cross country skiers. It was pretty impressive. So
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know, man. That's about it. Like, thank you so much for coming on the podcast today. Like I said, I normally do about an hour, but I gotta hit the golf simulator today. Do you golf?
No, I did about that much driving range and putting. I like the putting, mini putt stuff, but I never got into it really.
Okay.
I should have, but so
Yeah.
maybe like I said, I'm getting older, so I'm gonna get into the slower, and I might not be hurt sports, like
Yeah. True.
twist an ankle at most or something.
Yeah. I think you should try lawn bowling.
Yeah, right. Or
You're gonna
chess or checkers.
yeah. You start
I
checkers.
like poker. Do you play poker?
Yes, I love poker. I play lots of poker. I'll tell you just a quick little gambit about that before I let you go here and plug some of the stuff you got coming up. Um, I
Awesome.
actually, when I was in engineering school, I played poker professionally, and I made a lot of money. I bought my first house with poker. Like right now, I have properties that I manage that I all bought from playing professional poker. So now I'm just like a
Nice,
landlord, but the houses I got from poker. So I like poker. I'm
nice.
very good at poker, and I'm a math guy. So yeah, for like 4 years after class, every day I'd head to the local casino, Dakota Dunes. It's a native casino here where I live in Saskatoon, and
Mm,
yeah, it took me about 4 years, but I made probably at least $200,000-300,000 and just started my
nice.
empire, man, with poker.
Mm. I'm gonna start playing more. Like I played online a little bit, but it's
Oh
different than playing in
yeah,
person. It's
don't
like
play online. That's
mm,
that's danger
no,
territory. Yeah, you've got to
yeah.
go to casinos and target the drunk people, target the silly people, because and online you can't tell who's who. So, you know,
Do you play cash games or tournaments?
I just play cash games. I don't do tournaments.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, you bet.
So sit and go kind of thing.
Sit and go, baby.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm gonna get into
it's
it
been
for sure.
awesome to meet you, man. You're really awesome.
Thank you.
So this I've got I film about a month and a half in advance because I got a big lineup right now. So this episode will be coming out probably about mid March. So what is there anything that you want people to see? So if you're doing any shows or any new videos, plans for stuff you got for your Instagram, what do you got coming up that you want to plug in general? Because I forgot to plug your Instagram at the beginning, and I apologize for that. But yeah, it's
No,
just
that's
it's
okay.
just
We
your
kind of
full
said
name
it. Todd Owen Daniel Downey.
with the underscores in between, and yeah, and so yeah, what
Yeah.
do you got coming up in March?
Well, on March 14th, I got this one show. I started out; it was kind of small, but it's getting a lot bigger now. We got a DJ, a live DJ afterwards, and he's the entertainment manager, and it's getting a lot bigger. Last time there's 40, 50 people there probably, and they it's at Mad Rocks in Oshawa. It's we call it Love and Laughter now. So we named it that for Valentine's Day, and then we decided to keep it because it's a good date, good name. You know what I mean? Like
Fair enough.
it's fun stuff. And I got
Yeah,
a, like I said, I got a few great comedians that are coming through because they remember me or they see what I'm doing and they appreciate what I'm doing and they're coming through. So there's
yeah,
always great comedians on here.
yeah.
Also, if anybody wants to see my Sick Kids shows, I haven't done any for a couple months, but in like when it starts getting warmer and stuff, I'm gonna start putting out some bigger shows, get some auditoriums. Hopefully, go to the Comedy Bar and a couple other places. It's www.monkeyboycomedy.com, and also sponsors could go there if they want to check it out if they want to sponsor a show.
Okay.
And yeah, well, that's what major show anyway. I'm starting up a couple other ones. I got a couple open mics and stuff like that. If any comedians see this, they want to come out that Stag's Head on every third Thursday of the month in Oshawa, and what's that? Oh, the Atria or Atria. I don't know how to pronounce it, but I'm starting a show there on Sundays. It's an open mic as well, but that's a good bar. It's good for practice because they guarantee they're gonna be yelling over us and like it's a rowdy bar. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
so it's good
Okay.
for practice, crowd work, and stuff like that. So,
For sure. Yeah. Anybody
yeah.
listening, if you heard all that stuff, I'll put it down in the description if you want to go, if you can't spell it or you can't remember what he said. I'll put it in the description of this video on YouTube or wherever you're watching this, Spotify or whatever. Um, yeah, man. Thanks so much for your time today. Um,
Thank you, man.
yeah.
I love you, bud.
All right. Okay, that's Canadian
I'll
Talk.
see you, man.
All right, today's episode of the podcast is brought to you by Rolls Rice Meal Prep Service, specialty rice and proteins, weekly soup options. This is a great company. I've known the owner for my whole life. He is just a quality person, great cook. So if you are sick of cooking and you want to get somebody to make you delicious meals that you can have delivered to your house, or you can also do them on pickup, you can find Rolls Rice on Instagram at Rolls Rice YXC. You can just contact them by phone. Send them a text if you want, 306-291-5779. Or you can scan the logo on the screen here, and I think it'll bring you right to their website. I eat them every day. They're delicious. I just had a salmon one today. Big portions, cheap prices. So yeah, go and check out this food if you want to get some delicious food and you want to stay healthy. And yeah, we thank Rolls Rice for supporting this episode of the Canadian Talk podcast.
Yeah, I spent for those 4 or 5 years by myself, completely alone. So it's like I'm a different person. I'm not an introvert. I just stay by myself because I realize being alone isn't a bad thing. It's actually a good thing. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
nice to be inside my own head now. Before it was a haunted place, and I wanted to distract myself and always do something wherever else it is. And now it's just like I like to be in my own head and think about things. And when there's other people around, I pick up their energy and things like that. So
yeah. Fair
you know.
enough. Me too. I don't like being in too big of groups. Like I like it like one on one or maybe two people like that. And I'm the same
Mm,
way too. When I get alone, it can be a bit pressure with what's going on all in your head and stuff. I like to just kind of get in front of the TV, put something on, and then kind of just do mindless exercises. That's kind of always
mm.
worked for me. You seem like you're in pretty good shape. Like how do you stay in shape?
Uh, I don't really,
No.
not right now.
Well, hey, at least
No,
you're
it's
not fat.
yeah, not yet.
Yeah.
Winter almost got me, but no, I had to exercise. I like to stretch and things like that because I had to for my back, or otherwise I wouldn't be able to walk, right? So,
Yeah, I hear
but
you.
I'm definitely going to get into it. I just don't want to get too big, and I need to figure out how to work out to be like Bruce Lee strong, not Arnold size strong.
Yeah. Yeah,
I don't
exactly.
want to walk around all huge and not be able to
Yeah.
pick things up. And,
Yeah, I definitely am not one of those guys who recommend weightlifting. Like I like to do a lot of running, and then I do yoga, and then I do a lot of body weight exercises like chin ups and dips and stuff like that.
mm,
And
yeah,
yeah,
calisthenics are key for sure.
yeah, I've just seen too many of my friends and stuff like get into weightlifting. They lift too heavy, and they end up hurting themselves, or they just get too much muscle on them, and then they don't do cardio, and then the muscle just all turns into fat, and then all of a sudden they're fat, and it's
Mm,
like okay,
yeah,
yeah,
that's it.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
like I
well,
said, I want to be Bruce Lee strong, not to. I've been through so much, and I had to keep going. And so I'm actually in good shape for not working out as much as I should be, or whatever else. So I'm gonna start running in the spring and the summer, and then hopefully by the time fall comes in winter, I'll still want to run because I really hate the cold. Like
yeah,
I can't handle
for
it, so
sure. Hey,
I
and
gotta
I'll
get in
give
the
you
routine.
I'll give you one tip because I'm a bit of an athlete. You're older than me, so you know these things already. But I'll give you a bit of a tip, like to do with running. Some people they think that like, oh, I got to get out there and run like 5 miles a day, or I got to run a marathon. Like, don't do that. That'll like hurt your body. Just if you can try to
Mm,
do it like every day, where you just run like 1 kilometer, like a short distance, and just do it regularly, so it's not so taxing on your joints and stuff, and it's a slow
yeah.
build. It's much better if you do it in small portions and consistent rather than trying to be. Oh,
Mm.
I do marathons. Oh yeah, but I bumped my knee, so I haven't done them for 3 years, and it's like, okay, well, yeah, you got to.
I found walking is good. When I hurt myself, I couldn't really run, but I walked a lot. Like I
Yeah,
used to walk for 5, 6 hours a day, and it was kept me healthy and got my body moving again, and all my
yeah.
joints feeling free, and
I got one of those.
fresh air, and all that.
I got one of those walking pads. It's kind of like a treadmill, but it's just a flat thing that you walk on. You want to hear the funny
Mm,
part about it is, um, I didn't even buy it. So, and I don't know. This is theft. Okay, so don't get me wrong here. I know this is wrong, but it was like last winter, and I had this guy pull up to my house in his minivan, and he delivered this treadmill. So it was is the walking pad to my door, and I go and I look at it, and the address is ripped off of the package. Like there's some information on there, but there's no address on it, and I'm like, okay, so I don't really know what to do with this thing at this point. So I take it into the house, and I let it. I put it in the basement. I let it sit there for about 6 months before I was like, okay, nobody's gonna come and get me. And then you know what I mean. So I got a treadmill for
I think I
free.
saw you on Porch Pirates. Actually, that was you.
They brought it to my house, so I'm like, okay,
Yeah, no.
yeah. Hey, if they would have sent a FedEx guy or whatever to come and get it, I would have been like, yeah, like here, I had this package show up. It was sitting on my porch for a few days with no address. Like I had plausible deniability, so I was like, all right.
Yeah.
So
Now, I'm sure the person got a refund or got another one delivered or whatever it was because they made the mistake, right? So,
exactly, insurance. All right. Well, dude, it
yeah,
was really nice meeting you. I hope we can do some more podcasts, and yeah,
for sure. Yeah, maybe in the middle of summer after I'm moving, doing some bigger stuff and all that, we can talk about some more things.
sounds
I
good. Okay.
appreciate you.
Yeah. See you later, Todd. I
Thanks,
appreciate
man.
you, man. Bye.